In 2019, I'd been going through some challenges, both emotionally and financially, but this low led me to finally give this vision board creation thing that everyone seemed to be raving about a try. And my mind was absolutely blown away when I, a year and a half later in 2021, found myself having manifested and made every single one of my visions come to life. I had manifested love and with him moved into my dream apartment that looked almost identical to what I had envisioned. Built a career through doing what I absolutely loved more than anything in the world. And with that, gotten so blessed to finally make a living where I no longer have to wonder if I would be able to afford rent this month. But once these dreams came to fruition, I did later realize that I'd grown on the journey and so had the things that I wanted for my life. And so certain decisions had to be made for me to continue to live in alignment with what I and the people around me wanted for our life. And so once again, I dug deep into what I wanted for this new stage of my life, which led me to manifesting a year full of world traveling, building my dream home with a podcast studio, office, and freedom to do everything that I loved on a daily basis, while attracting a like-minded community of individuals that I really had been longing for a long time. And with these new, authentic, necessary changes, I started to feel this newfound level of fulfillment as I strive to better myself, and hopefully with that, inspire others to make the bold moves that for them will help them find their form of fulfillment for their own life as well. And well, that leads me to why I'm making this video, because whenever I've manifested anything in my life, both before 2019 as well as after, it's always been a result of me taking the 5 steps that I want to share with you in this video. Today is March 31st, and this month I manifested a goal that I put on my goals list that I've been looking at every single morning the entire month, and it actually happened, and I did not think it was gonna happen when I wrote it down. I was like, let me just shoot for the stars this month and see what happens. And I've previously set goals where the thing didn't manifest, and I am really getting better and better at realizing when does a manifestation actually come to life and when does it just stay a goal. And I kind of just want to bring you with me today and talk with you about what really always is the case when a manifestation actually comes to life for me. I'm going to YouTube's headquarters today. But first up, we gotta get on a little workout. And thanks to today's sponsors, Icy Breeze, which is a portable AC and cooler. I brought all my favorite snacks and keeping them cold as we go about my day and chat about my 5-step manifestation process. I feel like the first step, whenever I have actually made a manifestation happen, the first step has always been reach rock bottom. And when I say rock bottom, I mean it can be feeling so sick and tired of having stayed low for so long that you're finally ready to create a better future for yourself. But it can also be as simple as suddenly feeling this newfound spark and excitement about manifesting something new into your life. I will say though that for me personally, whenever I've made a crazy manifestation come to life, it's usually been when I've been so low that I've been willing to give my absolute everything to make this new vision come to life.
If we're feeling fine, then there's a limit to how much we're willing to suffer to get to that next level. And I kind of reached rock bottom with my finances this last month because I have not been focused on making money for so long because I have certain goals and money is not my motivation. But then when I realized by the end of February that I needed to do something about that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this amount of money this month. And I set a really high goal and I hit that goal.
Time to go home and shower. We're just gonna go like this. Once we have hit rock bottom, it's time to figure out what do I want, and then we gotta ask for that. And if you aren't clear on what it is that you actually want, connecting with your highest self through doing challenging sprints, journaling, and going for long walks or jogs in nature has helped me like crazy, and I think it could help you too. Give it a try. Let's go.
It's a good thing I brought my Icy Breezy because it can help me cool off. So maybe I just smell, but at least I'm not sweaty. It literally blows air conditioning out. How cool is that? And it's just with the battery.
But the thing is that once when we've asked what we want, we're like, but I couldn't get that, or at least I am. I'm always like, someone like me couldn't do that, or I just feel such a lack within that area. So it's so hard for me to even be able to believe that that would be possible for me. But that leads us to step number 3. But first,
I kind of want to snack, which is lucky because I brought them with me. Yum.
While I show you what I put in this delicious salad, let's talk about step 3. Because whenever I don't feel like I'm worthy or capable of actually making this new manifestation that I want to bring into my life happen, I'll find inspiration in other people who have accomplished this thing that I deep down want to accomplish as well. And then I'll just pretend. I'll ask myself, what would I feel and act and be like if I were that person that had already made this thing happen? And then I shut off my own limiting mindset and I step into this alter ego version of myself. And the cool thing about this is that this will make you take aligned action and feel these emotions as if this thing has already happened. And that's when I've seen the law of attraction start to deliver in my life.
This is so crazy. Before we go, I just got an email. This company I worked with previously that I absolutely love wanted me to create another video. And just since today is about manifesting the thing that we want to manifest, that means I actually exceeded the goal that I'd set for myself this month. Wow. But we haven't even gotten to the most important part. I remember back in the day when I had this sudden voice in my mind that said, you should become a YouTuber. You should start creating YouTube videos. And in the moment, it made no sense that I should do that. But then I started thinking of how cool it would be if I actually ended up making these videos and people wanting to eventually watch them. And I remember being so scared of what people would think of me doing that, and I remember my self-worth thinking that I wasn't good enough or I didn't have enough value to offer, and had thoughts like, who do you think you are to share this with people? Because I was feeling like a nobody, right? Which we're all just human, we're all just learning as we go, so I think we all have something to share regardless of where we're at in our journey. I decided to listen to that little voice and start taking action on making these videos that were, first of all, really challenging to make, but it was also so fulfilling for me. I loved it so much, but it was also really hard. Every week when I would post a video and it not really getting views, it didn't feel like the effort I was putting in was coming out. Every time I would stop, take a long break, when I would go on these walks in the forest or in the hikes, in the hills, I just remember this voice again telling me, you need to continue making YouTube videos. You need to continue making YouTube videos. And I think that that's the next step. We may, for a certain amount of time, feel like it's fun and it's joyful, but at some point when we're not seeing the results that we really want, we can't stop, because the people that are willing to move past that point, past that crazy resistance that it feels like we're getting whenever we're trying to get to some new place in life, those people who dare to continue when the resistance is feeling so challenging, it's those people that end up making it. And I think that that is such an important step in the manifestation, is that we believe that we can. We pretend that we already have this thing, which then leads us to take the action towards this thing that we want to manifest in our life. And then it's about continuing when things get hard, when those challenges and obstacles pop up. But that's not the end, because there is one more step. It's really because I kept doing those videos, doing YouTube, whenever I felt so unmotivated and like nothing was ever gonna happen, that I today get to do everything that I love for a living and work with brands like Icy Breeze. I'm about to go on a little picnic at the beach with my own little portable AC and cooler. Why I right now can drink a sip of cold water. Don't like when the water is all warm from having been sat in the car for a long time, do we? My Icy Breeze is charged by this battery that is sitting on top, so I can use the aircon for the very hot summer that's about to come to LA. And the battery lasts for 6.5 hours, but if you're not running the AC, then the cooler lasts for days. So when we go camping this summer, food and those drinks are gonna stay icy cold. If you saw my ice cream recipe video, you know that my ice cream even stayed icy in there, even though I went to the gym with it and was hanging out doing a little picnic situation. That's pretty cool.
My Icy Breeze is an AC and not just a swap cooler. And it's keeping my carrots cold. And I like some cold carrots. All you have to do is fill it with ice. Make sure the battery's charged if you're bringing it to the beach like I am right now. And then you can go on a little picnic like this. Enjoy your favorite snacks, ice cold, while the summer. And if it gets a little warm, we just turn on the AC. The amount of times I've slept in a tent and it being just so warm in the morning, I could have used this. I would have also used it in my old LA apartment where we had no AC, because during the summers, it gets hot. It comes with a 12-week part and optional 110 volt cord or a battery, like with this one that lasts for 6.5 hours. So you can stay at the beach for however long you want. You got all you need in one little Icy Breeze. For me, I feel like the absolute hardest part of the manifestation is once we hit rock bottom, figured out what we wanted, asked for it, started to pretend like we're already in that world, live in that state as if we've already created it, which then has gotten us to take aligned action and continue that aligned action even when we feel defeated and like nothing is working out. It's surrender. Completely let go of the outcome. That is the hardest thing for me. But whenever I've actually detached myself from the outcome and continued to live in that state of joy and completely let go, as in like fully surrender, because I'm a control freak, just surrender, like I let go. use me, whatever you want, I'm here for it. The times that I've been able to surrender is when I feel like I've done everything that I possibly can. That's when I sometimes am able to surrender, and when I do, it's magical. That literally is when things pop up. I have so many examples of my life where that's happened.